Matt Norris is a zoologist at Nottingham Trent Uni, and once a month he joins us to show us some of the curious creatures, usually in the university's collection. He also shows off some of the species to thousands of followers on TikTok. But today, he's not at the university. He's got his own collection at home. So let's talk to Matt now. Hello, Matt. Yes,
Hi,
you are. There you are. You are in your at-home safari.
I am indeed. Yeah. So I'm not at work today. I'm nicely at home, but I actually have a range of different reptiles that I keep at home. So I thought I'll just show some of those today because I know your viewers won't have seen them all. So I thought.
Oh, wow.
I thought we'll start with this guy here. So this is a European-eyed lizard. And he's actually one of the lizards that I keep in my garden. So that might sound a little bit odd, but there are certain species of reptile out there that you can keep outside in the UK. And this is one of them. So he's quite large. You can see he's a little bit camera shy. He's going to try and waddle away from me today. But yeah, he's one that basically just lives outside in essentially a specialised greenhouse type enclosure. And he's quite large. He's about the same size as a bearded dragon. Which is quite one of the more common species of lizards that you keep inside from Australia. Whereas, I think this guy's quite a lot more pretty than a bearded dragon, at least.
I was going to say, he's like wearing like a paisley outfit, isn't he?
He is indeed, yeah. So he's spotted in greens and blues. You probably can't quite make out all of the colours on the camera, but he is really, quite colourful. And this species is the largest species of lizard that is native to continental Europe. So you can find it just across the pond in France, as well as Spain and Portugal. And so certainly the ones that live in France come from a climate that's only slightly warmer than we get here in the UK. And that's one of the reasons I can keep him outside. And it also saves on the electricity bill, which at the minute I'm very grateful for.
Yeah, I was going to say. So, you tend to think of anyone who has reptiles, you keep them in something like what's over your shoulder there, and keep it nice and warm. So how easy, obviously you're an expert, but can anyone just keep a lizard outside?
So certainly to a degree. It's not a means of keeping that people are very familiar with, but you'll probably remember that in kind of like the 80s and 90s in particular, it was quite popular to keep pet tortoises in your garden. And so it's very similar to that, just with a lizard rather than, say, a tortoise. Certainly anyone's able to do it. You basically just need to get like a cold frame or a very small greenhouse. And the only thing that you have to alter is you have to change some of the glass panels to a special kind of perspex that lets basically a special kind of light through that the lizards need, essentially. So that's the only thing you need to change. But otherwise, these guys in particular are very, very hardy. So they're actually really quite easy to keep outside.
I love that you're such an animal man, that your 90s reference. Like I would go New Labour, Euro 96, Britpop, but you go outdoor tortoises. He's very chilled out now. You've got some other delights to show us, haven't you? Who's next?
I do indeed. So he has chilled out nicely, but I'll pop him back in his box for now. So up next is another European species that I keep. So this is a green toad, and we don't get them here in the UK. But again, you can actually find them just over the water in France and Germany. So they would normally live in the UK quite happily outside, because certainly Germany has pretty much an identical climate to us, really. But the only reason that they're not here is just because after the last ice age, when the English Channel opened up, basically only a certain number of species managed to make it across from the continent before the English Channel opened up. And these just happened to be one that never made it over here in time. But technically, if this one was outside, even without a greenhouse, it would do absolutely fine.
It looks like, are we in the realms of seeing frog spawn yet and toad spawn? Are we a bit early for that?
Yeah, no, certainly. Like within this next month, toads and frogs in the UK will start mobilising and start going to bodies of water to start mating. So definitely April and May is the time to see frog spawn, and then eventually tadpoles as well.
I love that. That's one of the great things to do with kids. He's very chilled out. Right, I know we've got a couple of minutes left, so I know you've got some more friends, not toads. This is where I should have learned when I was about 4, the difference between toads and frogs, but we're about to find out now, aren't we?
Yes, yeah. So I thought I'll finish with these guys because these are a lot more hoppy than the other ones I've had. So these are European tree frogs. So again, you get these in France and Germany, but it's quite possible that it'll hop off my hand, and then when I finish the call, I'll be chasing it around the room. So I'll see if I can show you. So it's just there.
That is like a frog you would see in a cartoon. That is how you would draw a frog, isn't it? It looks like a toy. Yeah. Producer Maria's just said. Yes, it does.
It literally does, doesn't it? Look like a little rubber toy. Well, hopefully, if I angle him this way, if he does want to jump, he'll just jump on the camera, which will probably be quite entertaining at least. So
that would be a great way to sign off. Yeah, and you can just keep these as pets as well.
Yes, yes. So these guys again. So all of the ones I've showed you can be kept outside, either in an open-topped enclosure, so they're basically exposed to the same temperatures that we get, or in a greenhouse where it obviously stays a little bit warmer for them, basically. But there we go. He's off. He's off. He's on the chair in front of me, so I'll get him in a minute. But yeah, all of these ones, I basically just specialise now for myself in keeping animals that I can keep outside, which I just prefer keeping them that way because they get natural daylight. And again, the bonus, of course, is that my energy bill is non-existent for reptile people, which is nice.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, Matt, it's always so... I say it every time, but it's always the highlight of the show whenever you come on. But more so when you've got live frogs that jump off. So, I'll let you go after them and catch them, and I'll speak to you next month.
Cheers.
All right,
Brilliant.
take care.
Thanks very much, Ed.
Cheers.